Let's talk about the favourites to fill the position at Manchester United now that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has gone. Craig Burley's with me, Kay Murray. And we'll start with a name that we're hearing more than any other, Craig. It's Mauricio Pochettino. What do you make of the rumours about him coming and whether he'd be a good fit there?
Yeah, we were discussing this yesterday, actually, on the ESPN FC show with our colleague Julian Laurens. And, you know, all is not well at PSG. I think not just in terms of the balance of the team and how difficult it is to manage some of these superstars. I think the sporting director, the technical director, and Leonardo and the ownership, I think there's a discourse in general between what Pochettino wants and what they want at PSG. That being said, of course, they're in the Champions League. They're one of the favourites to win that still, even if they've not been convincing. And, you know, they're probably going to win League On. So it's a very fine balancing act. But what we're hearing is, Kay, that he isn't particularly happy there and would certainly not rule out a move back to England. And we know he's not gone back to Tottenham. So, yeah, Man United would be the obvious candidates, bearing in mind he's been mentioned before. And I think, you know, you have some United fans saying, well, you know, he's not doing too well at PSG. They're not playing great. Yeah, we understand all that. It is a difficult job, even with these superstars. But what he did do at Spurs cannot be taken away from him. He worked with a smaller squad, a smaller budget, and they played some great stuff. And that really fits into the criteria of what United should be looking for.
So obviously that's somebody who knows the Premier League. There's another manager that I'll mention because there's a list that I've got for you here. But another one who knows the Premier League is Brendan Rodgers. We do hear his name quite often as whether he would be a good replacement there. What do you think of that?
Is Michael Carrick on that list before we go any further?
He's not on that list.
Yeah, because he was on a bookies list that I saw last night, and surely to God United wouldn't go down that road again. That's not going to happen. You would not think, even though they've made some seriously stupid decisions in the period. Look, I've always thought Brendan Rodgers is a very good manager. You know, what he did at was it Wigan? No, where was it? Swansea. I beg your pardon. What he did at Swansea, it's been that long ago, was fantastic. People forget at Liverpool, the football they played was great. Should have won the league, but capitulated, if buts and maybes. Went to Celtic, was super successful up there, and I hear the people shouting, it's Scottish football, anybody can go up there and win. That's not correct. Having experienced it myself many years ago and having seen since Brendan Rodgers has left, Rangers have now been the dominant side in Scottish football. That's happened since Brendan Rodgers left. Comes to Leicester, builds a good squad with good recruitment, has won the FA Cup. Yes, they're struggling this season. So I think he's a good coach, very good. I just don't think he's going to be top of the list for Man United. I think if it was a straight swap between him and Solskjaer, it's a no-brainer because, you know, Rodgers, as I mentioned there with that CV, and, you know, the alternative at the time was Solskjaer. But I think now with other protagonists potentially available, they're throwing their hat in the ring. And with United's clout, really, I mean, this is a club who should be aiming for the best. They should be aiming for the creme de la creme. They've got the backing, they've got the financial capability to do it. And you've got to look across at your main rivals and see what they have. And, well, Chelsea, City and Liverpool have the best of the best at the moment. So Manchester United absolutely have to go out and get the best man for the job. And I think that will probably rule Brendan Rodgers out for the time being.
I'm going to bunch the next lot together. It's managers from further afield. It's Zinedine Zidane, Erik ten Hag, and Luis Enrique. So those three names are all in it too. Is there any of those names that stands out to you as an absolute yes or an absolute no?
Well, Luis Enrique's taken Spain to the World Cup. And, you know, after stepping back into the job after a period out for the bereavement of his daughter, I really don't, and now a change of country as well. I think that's a tough one. I really don't see that happening. And also, Zinedine Zidane, again, with, you know, our colleague Julian Laurens has said over and over and over again, is that he's got no desire to move to rainy Manchester or anywhere in England for that matter. He's not fussed about the money, and he doesn't speak the language particularly well, if not at all. So that really is a difficult one. And the final one, who the name has escaped me. Erik ten Hag. Yeah, I mean, he's done a great job at Ajax. I mean, really has, and You think about Sebastian Alle getting in there from West Ham, who couldn't kick a ball, and he's got him scoring for fun, not only in Holland and in the Champions League. They play some great football. And I absolutely think out of those three, he's probably the most gettable and somebody who certainly would want to take the job, probably if offered. So I don't see the first two, but I see Ten Hag's name being mentioned almost every time, and I can understand why.
So to conclude then, if we had to rank the top three of the names that I've just said, if any of them were to come in, who would be 1, 2, and 3?
I think coming in, I think Pochettino would be number one. I think because they've had interest before, he knows the league, he knows the players, he will work with younger guys, he will get better quality out of what's there if what he did at Spurs is anything to go by. And it shouldn't be as difficult a squad to manage as the current PSG party animals, if you want to call them that, because some of them are. Not that it's not without its problems at Man United, of course, there are things to deal with. But I would say Pochettino first for all those reasons, and the fact I think all's not well at PSG. Then I would probably say Ten Hag. And I don't think there's much in terms of between the kind of coaching jobs that they would do. I just think who's more gettable here. I think Pochettino first, then Ten Hag. And I think if those are ruled out, I really don't see an Enrique or a Zidane. So I look at them going down the list a little bit, and that would throw Brendan Rodgers' name into the mix. I don't think he'll be first choice, but I think he'll certainly be on their list. So I think that would be the three, how I would rate it in terms of what Man United think they can get, and also who they think can do a much better job than obviously the previous manager, who was quite frankly appalling.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.